Hi, today I'm going to talk more about de-escalating the conflict or fight. So it's more about staying safe without necessarily, hopefully being able to avoid the fight if you can. This won't work in every situation. And when you think of a fight escalating, basically a lot of times it comes from a disagreement, which then people start yelling, gets louder, maybe someone gets in the other person's face, maybe starts pushing, and it eventually goes into an actual full-on fight. So I'm showing you how to try to shortcut that so it doesn't do that, but also keep yourself safe in case it does, so you're not leaving yourself exposed. There are other cases, though, self-defense-wise, that this won't really work. I mean, if someone's trying to mug you, they don't have that anger they can de-escalate. It's more an issue of them wanting your money, so that there's no real escalation there on it. You can still use some of the techniques to try and appear non-aggressive, and that might make things go smoother, but you're not really going to be able to de-escalate them on. Same thing if someone's really trying to bully, or someone's really trying to hurt you. Again, there's not really an anger issue, but more just a violence that they want to perpetrate on you. In some of those cases, it might be better to actually be more aggressive and try and let them know that there is going to be a serious fight if they continue, rather than trying to pacify them or get them calmed down on it. But what I'm showing basically here is, James, come forward. When someone does get up in your face, well, not quite there yet. That's already pretty escalated. So maybe they're just up here kind of yelling, getting in your face. You don't want to be at this distance. The problem with this distance is that he can hit me if he has a straight line without me being able to react on, because it's by the time my eyes realize what's happening, he's already there. So for instance, just as a way to, you can test this at home, just hold your hands up. What I'm going to show is, I'm going to reach in and touch his chest, and he's going to go ahead and try and block it. But at this range, he's not going to be able to do it, even though I'm not going to go very fast. Because by the time his eyes register that I'm there, slow motion, I'm already halfway here before he starts moving. By the time he finishes moving, I'm already there. But now if he touches me and do the same thing, he can easily stop me, because your sense of touch is quicker than your eyesight. So if you're at this range, you need to either be touching them, be the aggressor, which we don't want, or you need to be stepping back and gaining that further distance. If you're at a distance where they have to take a step forward to reach you, that usually gives you enough time to react if your hands are up a little bit and not totally out of position. Keep in mind, faster people, you might need more distance because they can move quicker on. But your average person, if you're one step away, you're usually okay to deal with it. So if he is kind of, now, again, because we're not trying to escalate the situation, if he's in here close and his hands are down, I don't want him to come up here, because that's going to escalate. That's an aggressive action. So at this point, if his hands are down, I'm just going to step back. But if he's coming in, his hands are kind of up a little bit, then what I want to do is I want to touch so I can feel. Again, he hasn't actually taken a stance where he's going to fight yet, but he's kind of maybe just getting up here and maybe wants to push or do something like that. But I don't want that. So I'm going to come here and I'm just going to touch, but I'm going to touch very lightly. Think like Tai Chi, just barely touching. If I push, he's going to push back. It's going to, again, escalate the situation. So I want to just touch lightly and step away. So not this, because that, again, will get him escalated up. But just here, and if his hands are up there and he's talking, a lot of times he won't even notice that I'm touching it there, because I'm doing it lightly enough that his mind's really not focused on that. At the same time, you want to keep your voice kind of low. You don't want to be yelling, trying to yell over. There's really no point. If you're talking at low volume, calm and evenly, and he's yelling over that and not listening to you, he's not listening to you. It doesn't matter. If you raise your voice up to a higher level, he's still not listening to you. He might be able to physically hear you now, but he's not listening. Otherwise, he would quiet it down when he realized he was yelling over top of what you're saying. He obviously doesn't care at that point what you're saying. So keep your voice low. Don't worry about having to be louder than him so he can hear what you're saying. That just keeps taking it up a notch, where you each go louder and louder on that. Now, once I get all distance a little bit, I don't want to, again, take a stance. As soon as I make a fist that says I'm ready to fight, even if I take it like this, that's kind of fight. So I want to turn my palms towards the person. When you turn the palms towards them, it looks like a more passive action. It doesn't look aggressive. I also don't want to necessarily extend one hand, because again, that's more of a fighting stance if I'm here. So I put them more about even to each other, maybe slightly extended. So I'm just here. And it's okay to move them a little bit while you're talking. So again, it looks a little bit more natural. If I get far enough away from him, then I can even drop them at this point, because it looks kind of unusual being here at this distance. Here, I've got time to pick them up if he starts moving forward. So if he sits, then I can raise him, I can keep talking, I can back up, but I can kind of keep a barrier between us, and from this action, I can still react. If he throws a punch, I can still deal with it. Because he has to cross my arms. They're in a position where I can still defend. So I don't need to be here to defend myself. So this kind of keeps him, not escalating up, but you're still ready in case he does. So if it's someone, obviously this doesn't apply if it's someone you know who you know is non-violent. This is more for a stranger or someone you know has a history of violence. So you think there's a good chance, or there might be a chance that it's going to escalate to violence. In that case, you do this just as a safety thing. You keep them up so that you can protect yourself, but still not escalate it to the next level on that. Now, again, like I was talking about momentarily before, there are situations where this doesn't work. If the person is really trying to hurt you, then you want them to realize that it's going to be a fight. You don't want to be totally passive. If they're trying to drag you into a car or into an alleyway, you want to be loud, you want to be fighting back, and you want them to know that you're not going to go easily. So it's kind of different circumstances. You have to evaluate what the situation is and whether you can actually walk away from it, because ideally we don't want to hurt them. It's easy to take a stance and be violent. It's easy if he starts getting in my face to just hit him and take him down, do whatever, strike him, do whatever. That's easy. You can kick out his knee, hit him any number of places. But the problem with that, if he's just talking, both ethically, it's not really that ethically right, in my opinion. If I blow out his knee, poke him in the eyes, break his jaw, etc. But also legally, I'm the aggressor. If he's just, doesn't matter what he's saying. If he's saying I'm going to kill you, but he hasn't actually done anything, and I clock him, I'm the one committing assault here, not him. So, and there's surveillance cameras everywhere. So you really want to not be the aggressor, both ethically and legally, but take a position where you can defend yourself if you need to. Thanks.